Welcome back to Inside Games, the only gaming news show brave enough to report on Fortnite without trying to floss.
That's right, no floss zone here. We gotta acknowledge, it's kind of an old reference, right? That went out in
really
2018. It's old at this point, yeah.
If you guys don't know what the floss is in the crowd, then I'm sorry.
Yeah, plus we're all post-pandemic now. That spirit is gone. It's 2021. We just kind of lifelessly shuffle in place now.
Well, they aren't the only ones soullessly shuffling through 2021 either, as Fortnite China announced they will completely shut down by November 15th.
That may sound a little shocking given Fortnite's popularity in the United States, plus it sets up some dynamite headlines like Fortnite closed down, bang, it's a failure. But as you might expect, there is more to this situation than Fortnite being a trash garbage game, and China's the only country that can recognize it, and they might as well throw it out with the rest of the trash.
Twitter user Archeops first broke the news on October 30th with a screenshotted post from the official Fortnite China website.
It had a Google translation in the post, but Epic then provided an officially translated statement to Kotaku a few days later on November 2nd. That statement confirmed that, quote, Fortnite China's beta test will be ending, and the servers will be closed soon, end quote. The user registration and game downloads have already closed. Those closed on November 1st, with a full server shutdown scheduled for November 15th.
So this is obviously not the best outcome, given that Fortnite's expansion into China started in 2018 with a very small loan of $15 million and a dream.
But it's 3.5 years later, and millions of dollars later, and apparently they just close up shop. They flip the open sign to closed and they walk away. So what gives? What happened?
Well, for starters, the situation in China is way different for video games in general, as it is with most things, it turns out. On top of that, it's been changing rapidly over the last couple of months.
This specific move, it's likely related to a cultural shift in how the Chinese government approves video games, but we'll get to all that in a bit. It's kind of a larger thing. First, back to Fortnite China itself.
So Nico Partners senior analyst Daniel Ahmad reminds everyone that Fortnite actually really never officially launched in China in the first place, hence the official statement referring to it as a beta test.
Yeah, so why didn't it launch? Thing we talked about before. It never received official approval to launch from the Chinese government. Players could download and play a modified version of Fortnite for the Chinese market, but since it wasn't approved, it didn't include any monetization and thus didn't earn any revenue.
We can only assume that when Tencent and Epic Games partnered to launch Fortnite in China in 2018, they were confident they could secure government approval and open shop proper. Obviously that has changed since they've decided to close the game down because they went, wait a minute, no money? Shut down.
So one possible reason for that, the Chinese government and specifically the National Press and Publication Administration, or NPAA, they just stopped approving new games.
Okay. Over the past few years, the NPAA would release a monthly list of approved video games for sale in China, with each list containing 80 to 100 games. That hasn't happened since July. And nobody knows why, because they didn't say, because they're the Chinese government and they don't have to talk.
So we all just kind of wait. Yeah, circumstantial indicators point to an internal shift in regulatory culture by the NPAA, though. Just over a month ago, the NPAA announced new restrictions on the amount of time players younger than 18 are allowed to game.
Oh, these are my favorite rules right here. They're pretty rough. You go from 90 minutes a day, and that's not bad, hour and a half, not bad. And then 3 hours on public holidays, okay, to the 1 hour between 8 and 9 p.m. only on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
That's 3 hours a week total, if you're under 18, which sounds awfully similar to some stuff my parents dropped on me when I didn't take the trash out or scraped up the family van. It's like the whole nation got grounded, damn.
Baby gamers aren't the only ones in the NPAA's crosshairs either. An internal training course memo obtained by the South China Morning Post strongly indicates that the NPAA is in the middle of a cultural shift.
Yeah, the memo relates that the Chinese government no longer considers games, quote, pure entertainment, and that they are required to highlight, quote, a correct set of values.
Yeah, those values are, well, conservative, to say the least. According to the memo, games are unlikely to be approved if they offer the player the choice to do anything evil. If they contain effeminate males, or even ambiguous genders, or contain storylines that alter historical events or figures.
Yeah, to our sensibilities, it's pretty intense. The memo also cautions against having any kind of barbarian as an enemy or referring to anyone as a barbarian, because it might reinforce colonial attitudes.
Most interestingly, the memo also warns that, quote, many current Chinese games now look more Japanese than Japanese games, end quote, which is, well, that's a weird commentary. And a comment that seems to point at the breakout success of Genshin Impact and its derivative market.
No arguments from this guy. Genshin Impact is great, and I love anime trash. So, but I guess it's not maintaining the artistic integrity of the glorious Republic of China. Yeah, that's kind of rough. That's a pretty intense set of standards.
And now we're not going to be getting any views from China this year either on these videos. Not that we were before, Lawrence. Does anybody watch the show in China? If you do, I would leave a comment. I would love to see it.
Everyone, welcome to Inside Games China. It's a different brand, different split of the same. Hey, this is a show where men are men. Bruce got a beard. You know exactly what's going on there. I got this thing going on. I got some nice hair. Got some very manly boys that are going to demonstrate masculinity is for you. And we only play government-approved games. So, Tencent, if you're listening, emails are wide open. Feel free to just fire some venture capital right in there.
We'll take your sponsorships right now, China. Actually, you know what? No, we won't. And now we wait. Just like nearly every game developer trying to operate in China at the moment, which is a lot of them.
And this sucks because, believe it or not, this isn't the first time that the entire gaming industry has basically been put on hold in China. Nearly the exact same thing that's happening right now happened back in 2018.
Yeah, so while we were all flossing our cares away to sicko mode in the United States, what a great year, huh?
I mean, you're just going in, out, in, out, in. I mean, it's just it.
Chinese government went 9 whole months without approving a single game, not one. The assumed reasoning then is similar to what it seems to be now. Growing awareness of what they consider to be youth gaming addiction and culture influence.
The timing is pretty ironic too. As we said before, Tencent and Epic actually announced their partnership to bring Fortnite to China at the beginning of the NPAA's last freeze-out in April 2018. So they announced it, and then all approvals shut down for 9 months. They weathered that storm and clearly hoped that approvals would be following not too long after.
Yeah, but now approvals have frozen again. Not to mention even tighter revisions to cultural content that could put Fortnite China even further behind the 8 ball when it comes to earning approval and, of course, eventually earning its money back.
So from a business standpoint, let's say that you're Tencent, which means that congratulations, you're rich. But apart from that, you've already burned a lot of money trying to bring this product to China. You went through one freeze out to try to get it approved. You changed a lot of content in the game. And it's been 2 years since approval reopened. Haven't gotten anything. Now they're frozen down again, and the goalposts are shifting on top of that. Meaning you have to change the game even more for an approval that may never come because they're not even open right now.
So from that perspective, it seems like a smart move to close up shop rather than continue to dump resources into revising and customizing the game for these standards that seem to change pretty much all the time because it turns out it's the government and they don't know.
That's the full story behind why it's shutting down. So hopefully it was still a clickable headline. On that note, the game itself, Fortnite China that is, had actually already been changed quite a bit to meet Chinese cultural standards, with the Fortnite wiki describing that opponents are actually holograms, and they disconnect from the game rather than being eliminated or downed or anything like that.
They also removed all the skulls, because you can't have skulls in China. That's way too spooky.
Interestingly though, we'll throw it here, that makes the Fortnite China exclusive characters and skins the rarest of them all at this point. So there's probably like 5 people that are losing their minds right now that there's Fortnite content you won't ever be able to see.
In other epic news this week, they managed to not eat a fat L, so that's good.
The company announced on November 4th that they're partnering with Riot Games to bring League of Legends, Valorant, Teamfight Tactics, and Legends of Runeterra to the Epic Games Store, which is to say you click on them in the Epic Games Store, which then sends you to download the Riot Games client, which you download and install that one, and then you can install the game and play it through there.
In exchange, League of Legends Jinx will join such luminaries as John Wick, Deadpool, The Mandalorian, obviously as a guest character in Fortnite.
What a time to be alive, huh? I feel like being a guest character in Fortnite is the new guest character on Simpsons. We all got to get in there eventually, right?
Do you think they're gonna make skins of us, Lawrence?
I think so. Yeah, after this, yeah, they have to.
Okay, all right, good. I wanted to make sure.
Yeah, so rough for gamers in China, I guess, because the cultural breadth of products you will consume has been narrowed significantly in the last couple of months. But hey, at least we live in the land of freedom and choice, where you can still swipe mom's credit card to watch Iron Man do the salsa.
We all want that. Everybody wants it. You know you do.
The only thing that guarantees the strength and health of a culture is a man in a robot suit dancing with maracas.
Lawrence, you know what it also guarantees? Freedom! All right, Shooklyn, now fade in the Iron Man salsa over us.
Wait, that's Pomp and Circumstance. That's the graduation song.
Who cares? We don't even know our own national anthem.
Na 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 na.
That's Jurassic Park.